Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Liverpool lineups for Barnsley as Calvin Ramsay and Federico Chiesa decisions made. Almost too easy. Sol Campbell explains what's gone wrong at Liverpool this season. Now details. Liverpool will look to stretch their unbeaten run in all competitions to 11 matches and book their place in the FA Cup fourth round tonight. The Reds welcome to Barnsley to Anfield for a third-round clash. They are overwhelming favourites to get the job done against the League One strugglers. However, Barnsley stunned the Reds the last time the clubs met in the FA Cup, 18 years ago, and as sixth-tier Macclesfield proved by incredibly dumping out holders Crystal Palace at the weekend, anything can happen in the oldest cup competition in the world. Arne Slot has injuries too, with confirmation that Connor Bradley will not kick a ball again this season coming yesterday, meaning the Liverpool head coach will be without at least 5 first-team players this evening. Paul Ghost. Arne Slot has already indicated he will go relatively strong for this one, and it's a balancing act between getting the job done and giving some game time for some of the players on the fringes, while also ensuring those who need a rest get it. At right back then, I'm going to give Calvin Ramsay the nod alongside Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson. My midfield three will be Curtis Jones, Trey Nyoni and Alexis Mac Allister, who can play 45 minutes before Ryan Gravenberch is introduced. Up top, it's a start for Federico Chiesa, and Rio Ngumoha is also given a chance from the off. Hopefully, the teenage winger can show what he is all about against the League One side. Hugo Ekitike leads the line, if fit. My team 4-3-3, Mamardashvili, Ramsay, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Jones, Nyoni, Mac Allister, Chiesa, Ekitike and Ngumoha. Ian Doyle. The FA Cup is a genuine chance for Liverpool to take silverware from a difficult campaign, and it starts at home to League One side Barnsley tonight. What, though, is Reds boss Arne Slot to do? He's already suggested there won't be any surprises in the matchday squad, but it'll be all about which players are deemed ready to start the match. I'd go with Georgi Mamardashvili in goal, who has patiently waited his turn. Andy Robertson is the left back, and I'd bring Jeremy Frimpong back to the right side of the defence. At centre-back, Joe Gomez comes in, and I'd at least start with Virgil van Dijk and see what happens. In midfield, Curtis Jones will be one of the holding duo, and I'd bring in teenager Trey Nyoni alongside him. But a lack of options means Dominik Szoboszlai is the number 10. Up top, Federico Chiesa is on the right and 17-year-old Rio Ngumoha on the left, with the hopefully fit again Hugo Ekitike down the centre. If not, it'll be Cody Gakpo. Theo Squires. Arne Slot has suggested he will name a strong side for Liverpool's FA Cup clash with Barnsley, or at least stronger than the squads that were knocked out from both domestic cup competitions by Plymouth Argyle and Crystal Palace last year. But that does not mean he won't make changes. The match with the Tykes still offers the opportunity to hand minutes to some lesser-used stars and protect the legs of some of Slot's most frequently used players. Andy Robertson captains the side while Georgi Mamardashvili comes in goal. With Connor Bradley out for the season, I'm taking no risks with Jeremy Frimpong, so Calvin Ramsay gets a chance at right-back. Meanwhile, Joe Gomez starts at centre-back and can partner Ibrahima Konate. Perhaps Slot can call upon an old Jurgen Klopp tactic and give the Frenchman and Virgil van Dijk 45 minutes each. Curtis Jones was unused against Arsenal, so he's starting this one and can be partnered by Trey Nyoni. Federico Chiesa and Rio Ngumoha get the nod on either flank, while Cody Gakpo can start up front. Slot was hopeful Hugo Ekitike could return after a hamstring injury, but he can make his return off the bench if he is available. Which leaves us with who to pick at number 10. Alexis Mac Allister has found himself in and out of the starting eye in recent weeks, so he gets the nod courtesy of perhaps boasting some slightly fresher legs than some of his teammates. Almost too easy, Sol Campbell explains what's gone wrong at Liverpool this season. Arsenal legend Sol Campbell has given his thoughts on why Liverpool are trailing so far behind his former club in the Premier League title race. The defending champions drew 0-0 with the table-topping Gunners at the Emirates on Thursday night. It was a result and performance that buoyed Liverpool supporters and reminded the nation of exactly who the title holders are. That said, the outcome did little to aid the Reds' slim hopes of catching Mikel Arteta's men, whose 14-point gap between the teams remained intact going into FA Cup weekend. It was a far cry from last season when Liverpool, in head coach Arne Slot's debut campaign in charge, blew the competition away, eventually finishing 10 points clear of second-placed Arsenal despite picking up just 2 points from the final 12 available. And Campbell, who won 2 Premier League titles and 3 FA Cups with the Gunners following his controversial free transfer move from rivals Tottenham Hotspur, said, "The first season winning the Premier League was amazing for him, Arne Slot. All the players were up for it. What's happened now is they've brought in some new players. It's been a little bit of uproar, discussions, people maybe getting the wrong end of the stick. There's a lot of TV, a lot of radio, a lot of papers talking about certain players and what's happened. It was almost too easy the first season. It's almost like everything just fell into place. It's beautiful, eyes great. Sometimes a new manager comes in and the players just get going and want to prove to the manager, I'm a top player. What's happened is everyone, for whatever reason, has switched off like it's just going to happen again. We're going to steamroll, we're just going to keep it happening. But football and life, things come and clash and turn your world upside down without you even seeing it coming. That's what's happened to Liverpool. And obviously, they've had a sad passing of a top player, Diogo Jota, and that can affect people in different ways as well. But things have just turned, and people can't even understand why it's so hard. Why is this happening to us? It's football. The momentum has shifted away. To get back that momentum is hard, you've got to dig in, you've got to find a way. But it's not easy because there's another 4 or 5 teams at the top fighting to get into the Champions League, win the Premier League, get into a good position. There is competition. Last season felt so easy for them. Everything was so smooth, like clockwork, like they didn't have to work for it as much. But this season, they have to work for it. They've got a few different personnel, and a lot of off-the-field stuff has happened, and that's affected them in different ways. But they are still a top side, they have great players, it's just the momentum has shifted from them. There is hope that the Reds will kick on after their encouraging second-half display against Arsenal. While they could not prevent their run of draws from extending to 3 matches, Liverpool are now unbeaten in their last 9 Premier League outings. That has done much to quieten the speculation surrounding Slot, whose own future was questioned by pundits following a sequence of 9 defeats in 12 games. Football can turn easily if you're not careful, said former England star Campbell, speaking exclusively Sky Bet. People can be with you and then 2, 3 games down the line, they're against you. Arne Slot will know that, he knows how football works. Results are the main thing. Turn around the results and the performances. People have to realize you can always get lucky wins, that's great, but you need the performances as well. Once the performances start turning around into a more positive territory, he's going to be a lot happier, and the players will be a lot happier with themselves as well. Liverpool return to action tonight, Monday, when they face League One outfit Barnsley at Anfield in the FA Cup third round.